Texas gets Northern Iowa, and I don't like the Horns in this matchup at all.
I'm going to take Little Rock, the 12 in the Midwest, to beat the 5-seed Purdue.
Kentucky comes out of the East.
Michigan State winning the national championship. A week ago tonight, we went out on some limbs, and some held us better than others. Now that it's down to the Sweet 16, Ed and I are back to look at some of the games this weekend and make a few more predictions.
I hope this hot tea will do me some good in terms of trying to figure this out.
Okay, the obligatory mug reference. We
Right.
forgot to reference it last week, so we
Cheers.
We have empty mugs here on the desk. The headliner, of course, for most folks who live around here, Oklahoma and Texas A&M tomorrow night in a West Regional semifinal in Anaheim. Ed and I will break that down in a bit, but first, some thoughts from those who will be involved. What do you think? Do the Aggies have any magic left?
Perhaps, but I'm expecting a great game here. If I have to boil down the three things champions often need in this tournament, it's great guard play, good three-point shooting, and senior leadership. In Oklahoma, they have all three. Buddy Hield, maybe the best shooting guard still playing. 63 points on 56% shooting the first two games of the tournament. Oklahoma has the second best three-point shooting in America. And Isaiah Cousins, Ryan Spangler, and others, they are seniors who can step. A&M scoring defense, they rank 43rd in America. I'm going to take the Sooners in this one, but I'm going to predict a one-possession game.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great game, and it's hard for me to pick against Oklahoma in this game. The Sooners do have the best player remaining in the tournament, obviously, in Buddy Hield, and quite often in this tourney, a good team can ride a hot hand all the way to a championship. Hield has help, as you say, with Cousins and Woodard out on the perimeter. Oklahoma is the second best shooting team from three-point range in the country. With that said, I'm going to take A&M in this game. You could look at the narrow escape against Northern Iowa as proof that the Aggies are a vulnerable team right now, but I think a team that survives a game like that and gets an infusion of energy, a wake-up call of sorts, can really do some great things. I think Daniel House will be effective right out of the gate in this game, and the Aggies can take some power inside from Tyler Davis as well, a huge key down low. So I'm going with the Aggies. A&M trying to become just the second team ever from the state of Texas to win the Division I men's tournament.
That's amazing when you think about it. Of all the great teams that's come out of the state of Texas, only one has ever won the national championship, and that was Texas Western from 50 years ago. No Texas school in Division II has won a national championship, much less Division I, except for that one exception. Part of it is Texas doesn't produce as many pro basketball players per capita as other states. Texas ranks 41st out of 50 states in that department. And the few superstars, they leave the state, like a Shaquille O'Neal, Chris Bosh, and a Grant Hill.
All right, let's go to the Final Four now. Three of my four teams are still alive, but let's reseed a little bit. I'll stay with the three that I already have there. A&M out of the West, and they'd have to beat Oklahoma and then the Duke-Oregon winner. Had Michigan State in the Midwest. Let's not worry about that. Iowa State's the highest remaining seed in that region, but I can't pick them to go to the Final Four, so I'll go with Gonzaga. And I'll stay with the top seeds in the East and South, North Carolina and Kansas. And instead of Michigan State, I'll now go with KU to win it all.
Well, my Final Four picks, I lost three of them, but I still have my national champions, so I'm keeping Kansas to win it all. Oklahoma, Indiana. How about Gonzaga, an 11 seed? I still think there's a low seed that's going to sneak in this.
All right, the fun begins again on Thursday night with Ed. I'm Mike, Fox 4 Sports.